with guns, you don't want none. They know they give me a mission, they know I'ma get it done. When they come out of my family, I send you the kingdom come. Break them down and build them up, I done did it one after one. And I see you need an army, but all I need is my gun. They said it's my right, so I'ma bear arms.
Yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your man, Big Zach, the fat guy with guns. And today, we're gonna do something a little bit different. This is a gun channel, and we do things about guns, but when I got into guns, it led me down a specific path and had me learning some other things that I was going to need. So, since we are, a gun channel, here's a gun. To the fat guy with guns. Here's one. And we'll get that out the way. So, when I got into guns, it led me down a particular path, especially in terms of prepping and being able to have other preparedness things going on, other than just being able to shoot and having guns and bullets and accessories and things like that. So what I did was, I got into different sort of preserving and gardening and things like that. So today we're going to actually talk about the preserving part, specifically canning. So what I did was I pulled out some things so you guys can take a look and see the type of things that I usually can, and some of the equipment that I use, a couple of the books that you're going to need in order to get started if you actually want to get started, and some of the equipment. So I see you can see some of the jars here and some stuff that I did. And let me just get started. So the first thing we're going to look at is this. This is the USDA Complete Guide to Home Canning. If you're going to get into canning, you need to have one of these. This tells you everything that you need to know, what you should be canning, what you shouldn't be canning. Everything is inside this book. Now it's the I guess the guidelines, I guess you want to call it, because there's some things that you shouldn't can, and there's some things that you should. There is a thing called outlaw canning, but that's a whole other topic, and there's other people that talk about that on YouTube, and we're not going to talk about that today because we want to do everything and anything. We want to make sure that everything is safe, so we only want to go by what the USDA says is safe to can. Okay? So, once again, the USDA Complete Guide to Home Canning. You need to have this book. It's going to help you with everything. So we get this out the way. You'll see we get this stuff out the way. The next one you want to do, this is a good one. It's a book by Lydia Reed. It's Canning and Preserving Food for Beginners. This is a good book. This is one of the first books that I bought that helped me learn how to do things. Other than two people that I follow on YouTube. Shout out to Lead Farmer 73 and Homestead Heart. I learned a whole lot and so much stuff from them. Learning and going down this canning and gardening journey that I went on, along with my my firearms that led me into this. Once again, Canning and Preserving Food for Beginners by Lydia Reed. You can find all this stuff on Amazon too. And the next one is this one, the blue book, or Ball blue book, because Ball, that's when it comes to canning, nobody does it better than Ball. They have the best jars, the best lids. Ball is the way to go when it comes to canning, and we'll get into that soon. So this is the Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. Has a lot of different recipes. It also has a lot of different information in it. It is a good book to have. It's one that I recommend. It's one of the first ones that I bought. And some of this stuff is going to seem redundant, and it kind of is, but they have different recipes and all type of stuff. But still, this is stuff I recommend. This is the all new Ball Book of Canning and Preserving. Another great book, great reference book. A lot of different good recipes. It's going to really help you out and get started on your journey. And we got the Complete Guide to Pressure Canning, because there's different types of canning. We'll get into that. This is by Diane Devereaux, and she is the Canning Diva. The Complete Guide to Pressure Canning. Get one of these if you want to pressure can. We'll talk about what you pressure can, and there's another pressure canning, water bath canning. Those are the two main ones we're going to talk about today. And then also I got another Ball book. This is Ball, the Complete Book of Home Preserving. 400 delicious and creative recipes for today. Another really good book to have. And like I said, some of this stuff may seem redundant, but it doesn't hurt to have a lot of different ways and learn different things and different recipes and everything, because you're going to want to try to have some variety when it comes to your prep or your canning, because this stuff you could use it every day if you wanted to, but I put this stuff and we can this stuff and keep multiple jars of different beef, chicken, pork, stuff like that for if it hits the fan. So we can have some food. You know how things are going today. Going to the store, don't have no chicken, don't have no beef. Things like that. This right here, great book. Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. And that's it with the books. So, one of the things that I wanted to tell you, when you get into those books, one of the important things, I want to try to be as thorough as I can, because I do know how to do this, but I'm not a guru by any means. That's why I said a lot of this stuff is stuff that I've learned from different people and reading different books, specifically the books that I showed you. One of the most important things you're going to need to know is what your altitude is where you live, because your altitude determines how much pressure you need and how long you need to cook things. The cooking time thing is usually about universal, but it's really has to do with the altitude, has to do with what pressure you should cook things at. So you can actually contact your local extension office. Everybody has an extension office from my understanding. Or you can even just Google it. There's websites that'll tell you what your exact altitude is. And when you find that altitude, that's what your pressure can at. So let's see. We got some chicken here. This right here, meats, you're going to pressure can. So we got some chicken. We got some pot roast, some ground beef, and some pork. I canned all this stuff myself, and this stuff is sealed. It's not coming apart. You can see because I'm lifting this up by the sealed lid, and this is not coming off. It's not gonna come off. This stuff is gonna last me for years. I did all this stuff in September of 20, and this is gonna last for years. This will be able to feed my family if something happens. That's my thing. I want you to be able to feed your family. We need to be able to shoot stuff too and defend our family, but this is a defense also, being able to feed them so people aren't hungry. I'm gonna put these on the floor too. Give me a second. Okay. So what I used to do this was a pressure canner. This right here is the pressure canner. One of the pressure canners I use. This is a Presto 32 quart canner, I do believe. I believe it's 32 quarts. And this right here is not really expensive, but it's actually a very good tool for you to have so you can do your pressure canning. This is what you will cook meats in. This is one of the popular ones. It has a gauge on it. It also has a little weight on it. And really, you go by the gauge. Yeah, what else? And I got another one over here, which is actually my favorite because it's a Tefal pressure canner. It's also 32 quarts or something like that. And it has a gauge on it. But what it has is a mechanical weight. So it works a little bit different than the other one. It still uses pressure, but it has a weight on it because it has a little thing that you click right here and has different settings on it. And we'll get into that again another time. I just wanted to give like a quick overview of some of the stuff you may need. And if you feel that you want to do this, let's go ahead and leave some comments. Maybe we'll make some other videos. Maybe we'll try to do a live or something. We'll do a live cannon session so we could all do it together. That would be fun. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends to come over, subscribe. Because Fat Guy with Guns, he definitely gonna eat. Always gonna eat. So I want y'all to eat too. Another thing you could do is make jams and jellies and preserves and stuff. This is a strawberry jam I made. I made this in August of 20. And this right here, I made this in October of 20. This is my peach preserves right here. And I'll put this over here. So what I did that with was this. This is a water bath canner. It's different because when you're doing things that are acidic and have natural acidity, you're gonna water bath can those. So it's a little bit different. It doesn't need really any pressure. You see there's no gauges and nothing like that in there. There's no pressure or anything. So what you would do is you would actually use this type of a pot, and it has a little thing that goes in the bottom. I'll show you. Pull all this stuff out of here because I need to show you all of this. Because you never want your jars to rest on the bottom of the pot. You always want them to rest on something. Inside the other ones, there's something you can rest on too. Like I said, another time, a later date, we'll get into that. So these are some of the tools that you need right here. Of course, you got your funnel. You got the thing you use to pick your jars up because you want to grab your jars and you don't want to grab them by the hand because they're going to be hot. This is another one. It's just another style. Different one. You have your for your lids because it picks up metal stuff. So you see, it's magnetic. That's how you grab your lids. You have this. This is the bubbler, and it also lets you know when you have to how much space, because there's a thing that we'll talk about later in a different video called headspace that you have to know, because you want to have a certain amount of headspace depending on what it is that you're going to be canning, and that's inside the books also to let you know. And these have different ones, like I know you can't see it, but you have 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, and 1/4 of an inch. You use this so you know how much headspace you have, so that when you do put your lids on and you do your sealing, so that you want to make sure that it seals. So if you don't have enough headspace, you'll mess around and mess up the whole thing, and it won't work for you. And it's just some tongs, but they come in handy too. So those are some of the basic tools. Like I said, I just wanted this to be quick and have something for you guys so you can get the basic idea of what it is and some of the things that you need. And we'll go a little bit more in depth in some later videos. So this right here is something I just wanted to bring out and see. This has something to do with prepping also. This is a food preserver. You can find these, they're relatively inexpensive. Basically, it sucks the air out of stuff. You put food and stuff inside of it, and it sucks the air out of it. You can get the bags. They have quart-size bags, gallon-size bags, you know. And this helps preserve food too. I had some stuff in the freezer, but I didn't want to bring it up here and put it in the freezer. Give me a second. These lights is kind of hot. So they had some stuff in the freezer. I keep chicken, pork, everything, ground beef, and it lasts longer than when you keep it inside the packages that you get from the store, because it sucks all the air out and it lasts a long time. I have some stuff down there that's been down in there for like a year. I try to rotate it out and stuff, but as long as you keep it and maintain it, you don't have to worry about that freezer burn taste. Right here, another good option to have. You can also get this right here as a piece that goes on this, and what this does is so you can take jars. You can put dry goods in there, rice, cereal, sugar, flour, salt, things like that. And you put that on there, and you connect all these together with this, and it sucks the air right out. So that stuff will be airtight and it'll last damn near forever. And this is where you have the wide mouth jars, and you have, where's my small jar at? The wide mouth jars and the small mouth jars. You can get two different ones. Also, something that's relatively inexpensive that you can buy. And those kits, what I showed you, all those tools, you can actually get a whole entire kit. Ball Mixer kit has everything in it you need to get started. You got comes with 4 small jars, comes with your jar lifter, which is this thing that I showed you right here, a jar lifter. Comes with your funnel that I showed you, your bubble remover or debubbler, which is also your headspace tool. This one comes with some pectin too, so if you want to make some jam. It also comes with a flexible canning rack, so you can put it on the bottom of a pot, so that your jars don't touch the bottom of the pot. Let's see what else we got. I mean, basically, that's the basics. And I just wanted to give you guys, a basic overview of some of the things that you may need. We'll go into each one separately on a different video, but I wanted to get this out there so you guys, get prepared. Go look into what I said. All the stuff that I showed you is on Amazon, and I hope I didn't go too fast. If I did, sorry, that's the New Yorker in me. We move kind of quick. So, once again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Fat Guy Nation, I love y'all. I love the support that y'all are giving me. Listen, we're going to have more gun stuff. We're going to have more survival stuff. I mean, we're just going to do a lot of things this year in 2022 because we want to make sure that we're prepared. We want to make sure our self-defense is prepared. And part of our self-defense is also being able to eat. Because like I said, Fat Guy with guns, gonna eat. So I want you to eat too. So, like I say, Fat Guy Nation, I love y'all. This is your man, Big Zach. I hope you learned something today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get the channel up. Let's get those 1,000 going. We almost there. I love the way you guys are pushing me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the likes, the comments, everybody. I mean, listen, Fat Guy with Guns, Big Zach, he appreciates y'all. So, your man, Big Zach, Fat Guy with Guns. And all I gotta say is, you know how we do. Peace. And I'm out.